So this says you can stop stammering if you want. One, this thing is an insult. Do you think that I grew up with the confidence of of liking how I speak? There were days where when I went to church, my prayer point was, Jesus, please, could you help me stop stammering? Like, there were days that I cried about how I spoke. Like, I hated my voice, like everything in it, I did not like it. So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl ezinnetalks, and today I'm doing something different again. I have written down some questions that most people have asked me, like not everything, like just a few questions, like few of the many questions people have asked me when they see me, when they hear me speak, and they know that I stammer. So they've asked me a lot of questions. So I just wrote down a few, and it's in this. I don't know if this is wood. Yes, it's wood. So I have the questions written in here. So guys, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, do share, do like my video, and do drop a comment. I love it so much when I see comments, and I reply every of my comments I find on my videos. So yeah, let's get to it. Answering few of the questions I've been asked as a girl with a stammer. So let's go there. All right. So I'm going to answer every question. Let's go with the first one. I've been asked a question as girls shouldn't stammer. You don't want to marry. Like, you don't want to marry with a question mark, yes. As an Igbo girl, I am an Igbo girl living in Igbo land for now. And like actually it's a thing in Africa that girls are not treated in a fair way how men are being treated, because for example in Igbo land, when a man stammers, it is normal, it has no effect. Like, he would get he might get rich, and once he's rich, his wealth covers every other of his flaw, even his bad attitude. So people tend to tell me that I should try to stop stammering so I can marry. So I've heard this a long time. So, but actually, I've only heard this from people who, one, are ignorant, to people who are in a certain age, like, like this is not a way of insulting them, but they are people who are not as exposed or as enlightened as people that I can even have a conversation with. So when they say things like that, I actually know that they think that life works the way it works in their head, but it's not like that. So I've gotten this question a lot of times, and it's something that I don't answer. I just smile over it. You understand? Yeah. So the next question. I'm going to answer everything. So I don't even know why I'm closing my eyes to pick questions, but oh. So this one says, do you stammer when you read? Yes, I do stammer when I read. I have people, like, I know people who don't stammer when they read, but me personally, I do stammer, and I tend to stammer more when I am called upon impromptu to read. So yes, I do stammer when I read. Let's go. Your stammering is different. This sometimes can come as a compliment, this sometimes it can come as an insult. So it depends on the person and how the person is saying it. I've heard some people tell me that your stammering is different, in a way to say how I put like how I put it out there, and how I am proud of being myself, not being under any pressure to change how I speak. So they kind of admire my confidence. Then some people say this in a way to tell me that I don't even stammer, like I'm just trying to be fast forward about things, that if I really do stammer, that I wouldn't be talking about it, something like that, and it comes off as an insult. Because I don't stammer how you are thinking in your head, it doesn't mean that I do not stammer. I do stammer in my own skill. I don't know if that's work, but in my own skill, yeah, I've actually seen people who I stammer way um more than I have seen people who stammer more than I do. So I've been asked, what do you aim to achieve with this, like with the whole Isn't It Talks brand? Like, what do you aim to achieve? What I aim to achieve is, one, to create awareness about this condition, and also to tell people that stammering is another way of speaking. I also aim to stand on global platforms to talk about my experience as an Igbo girl, as a Nigerian Igbo girl. My experience of how I grew up with this condition, like family, society. Like I know I have so many stories in me about my stammering and everything that I have to share with the world. So this is the aim of Easy Detox, my brand. And also I also want people to get used to having people at the front or at the top who also breaks. Do you understand? Because most celebrities or top people I've seen are always fluent speakers, but everybody in the world are not fluent. Like, it is said that 1% of the world's population are people with a stammer. So we also have to be there, so people understand that there are people like us. So that is what I aim to achieve with this. So this says, you can stop stammering if you want. One, this thing is an insult. Telling me that I can stop stammering if I want is a way of saying that that stammering in itself is maybe is a crime, or is illegal, or is immoral, or is a sin. I can stop stammering if I want. I know people who were stammerers who, sorry, I know people who were people with stammer who at the long run they stop stammering. I've heard of people who have gone to therapy and they got better. I have heard of people who got healed and they stopped stammering. Do you think that I grew up with the confidence of of liking how I speak? There were days where when I went to church, my prayer point was, Jesus, please, could you help me stop stammering? Like, there were days that I cried about how I spoke. Like, I hated my voice, like everything in it. I did not like it. I can still, clearly envisioned how I had cried one day in front of my pastor and two brothers, because they played an audio clip of where I was talking, and me, I didn't like how I was talking. So I burst into tears. Like, I burst into tears. So this is an insult. Like, some people can outgrow their stammering. Some will not. Okay, so some people will outgrow their stammering. Some who will not. Anyways, in conclusion, stammering is another way of speaking. So saying you can stop stammering if you want to, my dear. It is rude to say that. So let's go. Oh, this one says you are hot tempered. So, wow, this applies mostly to African people. Like, African people think that once you are a person with a stammer, you are hot tempered. Like, it is a notion. Like, in my language, in my tribe, it is called iwoko, like hot temperedness is called iwoko. So they believe that inner sons idiwoko, like if you stammer, you are hot tempered. But I'm here to break this news to you that the most hot tempered people I have seen in my entire life are fluent speakers. Like I've seen somebody so hot tempered that in my mind I was like, I'm trying to imagine if this person had a stammer, like it would be way worse because if you are trying to talk at that outburst of anger and your words are not coming out, you might kill somebody, like you might use knife and choke somebody. So for those thinking that I am hot tempered, me to judge my own self and for what people who are close to me have seen, I am not hot tempered. And believe me, like it is not me trying to um whiten off myself. If I were to be hot tempered, if I am open about being someone with a stammer, I can be open about being someone with a hot temper. Maybe I would open another channel for for creating awareness about hot temperedness. But I am not hot tempered. Like I get angry, of course, but I am not hot tempered. So I think this question is the last question. Our plate of arts, our plate of arts is empty. So this last question says, why do you stammer? Yeah, I've heard people have asked me this. Why do I stammer? I sometimes it can come from a place of them not actually knowing truly that that someone can just just be born with the speech impediment or something. Yeah, like I've actually had one of my contacts, he sent me a chat. He told me, isn't it, that really, why do people just cut, like break why they talk? And I had to explain to him the whole concept of stammering and how how it is involuntary. Everything, it happened on impulse. Like we don't do it intentionally. So this is just an involuntary action. We don't have any defects in any of our speech organs. Like we do not have any defect in any of our speech organs. So the reason why I stammer is because I my brain just makes me stammer for no reason. Like it has no defects, nothing like that, but it just does that. So that is the end of our questions for today. Our plate of art is empty, like we answered everything, and I'm happy how this section turned out. So in case if you have any other questions that you might want to ask, you just have to drop it in the comments section below. As I said, I reply every of my comments, and if I see that I have to stress more on your question, I'll make a video for that. So until we meet next time, I am your content creator on Stammering Ezinnetalks. Subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed. Please do share this video as you find it useful, because it is useful. Thank you very much, and bye.